This is an advanced line of skincare essentials, heavily rooted clean formulas to nurture both the skin and the planet. Today, we have invited a special guest who may have seen in Nutricentials video before. Let me introduce her to our friends here today. She is a senior scientist at Nu Skin headquarters, where she manages multiple brands, including Nutricentials. With over 13 years of experience in the product development and broad expertise in hair and skincare categories, an amazing talent like her joined Nu Skin in 2017. Please help me welcome Lisa Barnes.
Hi, Southeast Asia. I'm really glad to be with you today to talk about one of my favorite brands, Nutricentials. There has been a lot of hard work put into what we're going to discuss, and I cannot wait to share it with you.
Welcome, Lisa. We are incredibly pleased to have you join us today digitally. As our well-loved Nutricentials brand gets refreshed with a new formulation and look, we can't wait to learn more about it. First and foremost, tell us what's new about Nutricentials.
Well, the simplest answer to that question would be everything. We have new packaging, new formulas, including new textures, fragrances, and benefits, and a greater focus on sustainability in all aspects of the products. We have further explored skincare that helps your skin adapt to what life throws at it, with a renewed focus on our bioadaptive botanicals, which we're going to go into in more detail in just a moment, and adding in additional benefits such as blue light protection.
It feels like a brand new line. I recall the story of Nutricentials used to be surrounding ingredients from food.
Nutricentials at the very beginning focused on food-based ingredients. The line included ingredients derived from strawberries, olive oil, soy, licorice, macadamia nuts, among others. By identifying nutrients beneficial to the skin, Nu Skin had developed a daily skincare regimen that brought higher order benefits to the basic steps of daily skincare. The formulas were very good, but they were what they were. They were basic entry-level skincare. As we look to move to the next generation of Nutricentials, we wanted to go beyond just basic skincare and really deliver unique benefits.
It is a job well done. I personally find the refreshed Nutricentials totally unique in its very own category. I haven't heard of anything similar in my experience. This makes me wonder, how did R&D come up with this new concept?
As we began to determine how Nutricentials would look, we focused more on a younger demographic of consumers that are skin savvy and in their 20s and 30s. These consumers desired skincare regimens that were personalized, not generic, and that appealed to a specific somebody rather than a generic everybody. We wanted this line to be both efficacious and experiential. We wanted to bring the science, plus products that you would love. One of the key characteristics that we discovered about this age group is that there is a lot of stress in their lives. I know, I am in that range and I have 3 little girls, including a set of twins, and I work full-time as a scientist. Life is stressful and I really can't escape that, and neither can you. So since we can't escape stress, we wanted to help minimize the impact of stress on the skin so that you can still look and feel your best, even when life is crazy.
I couldn't agree better. We all face stress and it shows up on our face. So with this new consumer data, what's the next thing you did?
Well, our next step was researching and looking at dozens of different technologies that focused in this area. Technologies that would help the skin better adapt to the stresses of life. And as we researched plants, specifically plants that lived in extreme environments, they stood out. Could the properties of these extremophiles be used in skincare? Well, yes, they could. But we had additional steps to confirm that this was the right technology. First, the blend of plants that we chose included plants that survive and thrive in many different harsh environments, from extreme cold to heavily polluted soil to high elevations, to soil with low nutrition, and finally to dry desert conditions. The blend we chose consists of chaga mushroom, rhodiola root, marl root, Siberian ginseng, and my favorite, the resurrection plant. And the reason I love the resurrection plant so much is that its survival mechanisms are so incredibly easy to see.
A resurrection plant? Wow! How does it look like and how did it get its name?
Well, in fact, here is a video showing the resurrection plant so you can see it right now. When it is dry outside, it curls up and looks like a dead plant. But when any water reaches it, it opens and blooms, seemingly coming back to life. I find it completely amazing. Once we had chosen the plants, we had to ensure that their benefits would be bioavailable to the skin. So we chose a blend that was processed in a bioreactor at skin temperature so that the extracts were more compatible with the skin and ready to provide the desired benefits. This definitely shows some of the background that goes into selecting key ingredients. Not only do they have to have certain functions, but they must also be in a format to be easily used by the skin. And we have done the work to show that these formulas do indeed help the skin adapt to the stressors of daily life, and they do work. We have performed internal studies, third-party in vitro and in vivo studies, and these include studies around pollution and blue light protection. And we have also taken before and after pictures to really show the visible radiance that comes from using Nutricentials.
I have also heard about the sustainability story of Nutricentials. Lisa, can you share with us more on how sustainability is an important part of the development of Nutricentials?
In fact, the last key part of the Nutricentials development process was determining how best to make this line more sustainable and more transparent. Starting with sustainability, we looked carefully at our sourcing for raw materials, specifically palm-based ingredients, and also at our packaging, which now includes post-consumer resin. We also carefully selected ingredients that come from sustainable sourcing when we were able. One of my favorite examples is in Brighter Day Exfoliant Scrub. This formula contains pomegranate enzymes, which come from the residual pulp of pomegranates from the food industry. These enzymes are upcycled from what would be thrown out in processing, and they provide fantastic enzymatic exfoliation benefits to the skin. So in this case, we not only have a wonderful sustainability story, but also a great benefit for the skin.
Thank you, Lisa, for walking us through the development process. This makes me wonder, how long did this take?
Well, we spent 2 years developing this Nutricentials line. During that time, we thoughtfully and consciously developed these formulas with carefully curated ingredients that would give you the perfect blend of science and nature so that you would have formulas that not only work, but that you will absolutely love. One of my favorite stories from the development of this line was for Here You Glow Exfoliating Toner. This formula is a toner that combines AHAs, a BHA, and a PHA for exfoliation that leaves your skin soft, smooth, and glowing. As we were working on this formula, we gave out samples to our marketing team, and within a few weeks, they were already asking for more samples. They absolutely loved this formula, and it had already become a non-negotiable part of their skincare regimen. Being in research and development, it is always so much fun when people love your products, and that was definitely the case with this formula. Before we were in production, I was sneaking the team samples so that they would stay in stock.
Wow, Lisa. After listening to the meticulous and carefully thought out development by R&D, it affirms the fact that I'm in the right company where innovative science and conscious responsibility goes to developing the products. Now, let's turn the spotlight to the results of R&D's hard work. On this slide, you can see that the US market exceeded their target for preview by more than 40%. Meanwhile, since its launch in Europe, we saw a threefold increase in sales than the previous Nutricentials. So what does all this mean? There is clearly an untapped potential for the new Nutricentials Bioadaptive Skincare system. This clearly showcases that Nutricentials is not just a basic skincare. It has surpassed its predecessor and proven itself with the overwhelming results from the rest region. So Lisa, I know you have also prepared a demonstration for our viewers today.
Right now, let me show you the demonstration of the carefully curated ingredients of buriti oil and pumpkin extract in Nutricentials Daydream Protective Cream and Lotion, which may help reduce the visibly damaging effects of blue light exposure on the skin. These two key ingredients contain lutein, which is a carotenoid known to absorb light at 400 to 500 nanometers, which is the blue light portion of visible light. Let's look at how it does that right now. So there's a mix of buriti oil and pumpkin extract on the plastic dish. When we shine a regular flashlight through the mixture, you can see that the light passes through. But when we shine blue light, the mixture prevents the light from passing through. It's pretty incredible, isn't it? It's the same principle that may help protect your skin from the damaging effects of excessive blue light exposure. And what's more, Daydream Protective comes in both a cream and a lotion formula, so you have two different textures and two different mechanisms of protection, so you can choose what works best for your regimen and your skin.
Wow, thank you, Lisa. It's been so insightful. Now it's time for our Q&A. Earlier on, you did the demo with buriti oil and pumpkin extract. What about the studies that directly use Daydream Protective products in the testing?
We have performed in vivo blue light protection studies on both formulas. The methodology for the study involved each subject having 3 test sites. One was a negative control, which means it was untreated and not exposed to blue light. The second site was a positive control, which means that it was untreated, but it was exposed to blue light. And the third site was treated with one of our Daydream Protective formulas and then exposed to blue light. In this experiment, a chromometer was used, which is an instrument that is designed to evaluate the color of an object, because one of the effects of blue light is a slight tanning of the skin, so a chromometer can detect differences in pigmentation in the skin pre and post exposure to blue light. Chromometer measurements and digital photography were taken on each site before product application. Approximately 15 minutes after product application to site 3, 2 of the 3 test sites were exposed to blue light. After this light exposure, chromometer measurements and digital photography were taken again on each test site. The results of this study showed that by using either Daydream Protective formula, it was essentially as if the skin had not been exposed to blue light at all. It was a great confirmation that the technologies used in the formulas did indeed reduce the damaging effects of blue light, which was incredibly satisfying for our development team because it showed the formulas indeed worked.
Next up, a question we often get. What are bioadaptive botanicals and how does having it in Nutricentials benefit the skin?
Well, bioadaptive botanicals are plants that thrive in extreme climates thanks to their adaptive properties. When used on the skin, the special properties of these botanicals help your skin adapt to its changing and unique environment so that it can recover from and gain resiliency to environmental stressors.
I like this next question. In Celtrex Always Right Restoring Fluid, there is a unique ingredient called Hydra Flex Blend. How did the name Hydra Flex came about?
Well, this name is based on the concept of flexible hydration because the HydraFlex blend found in our Celtrex Always Right Recovery Fluid adapts to your changing environment to give your skin the right hydration no matter where you are. And it does this because it's amphiphilic, which means that it contains both water and oil-loving components.
How does this actually work?
Well, the water-loving portion retains water on the skin, while the oil-loving portion prevents evaporation. This allows the blend to auto-adapt to your changing environment, drawing in moisture and preventing evaporation as needed. And that allows your skin to have just the right amount of hydration.
We are down to the last question due to time constraint. We know you love Nutricentials' dream team of beauty devices and must be wondering, how does H-Lot LumiSpa and H-Lot Boost work with Nutricentials?
Yes, these are both fantastic devices. So both LumiSpa and Boost have complementary benefits to the Nutricentials line. LumiSpa, being a cleansing treatment device, could be used as a replacement for one of the Nutricentials cleansers if you would like. Age Lock Boost focuses on radiance and glow, which are a key focus for Nutricentials. And if you are going to use your boost in your Nutricentials routine, it would come after toning, just to give you that information. The beauty of Nutricentials and Nu Skin as a whole is that we have so many products for you to personalize your everyday regimen based on your preferences and skin needs. So there truly is something that will fit everyone.
That is all the time we have for questions today.